Hey, everybody, and welcome to Locked On Brewers. I'm your host, Chuck Freeman. The Brewers win their second straight in San Diego, a big Rowdy Tellez day. They put up a lot of runs, big cushion for Eric Lauer. We'll get to all that next, coming up on the weekend version, the Saturday Shorty, right here on Locked On Brewers.
You are Locked On Brewers, your daily Milwaukee Brewers podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Freeman, it is great to have you here Friday night, Saturday morning, as we drop the weekend version. We drop the Saturday, Sunday versions a little shorter than the weekday versions. Excuse me a little bit. I'm not feeling very well this week, so I'm kind of going through some sickness, but I'm trying to plow through it because just like the Brewers plowing through victories, we want to get this great content out to you. I've been covering the Milwaukee Brewers for over 40 years. I'm the morning sports anchor at WIBA Radio in Madison. Been covering the Brewers for AP Radio for over 40 years as well. But like you, I'm also a fan of the team. So I'm looking forward to being here, and I'm loving this 10-4 start now. Check us out on Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, Chuck Freeman, FREIMUND. I'll be providing content on the Brewers after every game. And, of course, drop a thought in the comments section on YouTube if you're watching us there. But, wherever you're going, your favorite provider, I appreciate you, whether you're on Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there. We are for you. We are Locked On Brewers. On a part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day, and we mean it. And, the Brewers just were fantastic again tonight, right from the very go. We'll get to that here in just a second. Tonight's show brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the promo code for $20 off your first purchase. It's Locked On MLB for $20 off your first purchase. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Brewers got cooking right away in that first inning. Put up 4 runs on 4 doubles. Yelich led off the game with an opposite field double, and the Brewers were on their way taking down Michael Wacha. And then it was the Rowdy Tellez show after that. Tellez would hit a home run, a solo shot, and then later a 3-run bomb for Tellez. That's 3 homers in 2 games, 7 RBIs in the series, the 2-game series so far. And the Brewers had plenty of cushion for Eric Lauer. And you know what? I'm glad, because Eric did not have to pitch under pressure at all tonight. He set down the first 8 batters, and he was well on his way, went through 6 innings. Anytime you can go through a game and you're playing a team like the San Diego Padres, where you have Eric Lauer go through 6 and Bryce Wilson, probably your last reliever, finish up with a 3-inning save, it's a good night. You didn't have to use anybody else on the bullpen. You gave the bullpen a nice little rest. So Lauer and Wilson took us through this game, and Rowdy Tellez, how about that? The hot rod comes through big time and delivers for the Brewers, and they win the game. Just a fantastic win. You look at it, and they had to get that 4-run start. I didn't expect them to keep piling it on as they did against Michael Wacha, but they were never really threatened in this game. They've gone to San Diego right now and taken the first 2. They've improved their record to 10-4 overall right now. 10-4 overall. Great start for the Milwaukee Brewers. And there's so many things to like about the Brewers so far. And like I said, anytime you can go through a game in San Diego, having to use 2 pitchers, and those 2 pitchers are Eric Lauer and Bryce Wilson, that's a good night. So we'll talk about tomorrow's game. Brewers have at least gained a split in this 2-game set, and we'll talk more about Saturday starting pitchers. Turn around tomorrow. 3 o'clock, street walkie tuck low up there. To in part by Mortgage, Rocket Mortgage. Try it for free for 30 days. Just time to try it. If you want to look out and see if you have any subscriptions, you're paying for stuff, virus control or whatever that you don't even know you're paying for, but it's being charged to you. They can help you at RocketMoney. RocketMoney is going to be there for you. They're going to alert you to a change in your spending or subscriptions that save you money. How much money has RocketMoney saved you? It has saved many people thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars a month, because some people have subscriptions to stuff, not necessarily magazines, but maybe stuff online that you don't even remember that you have, that it's out there. Rocket Mortgage will help you stop throwing money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/lockedon, rocketmoney.com/lockedon. All right, let's get to the box score first before we get to tomorrow's pictures. We're gonna get your emails or your texts in the bag here too. But it was a good night offensively. Christian Yelich went 2 for 5. He homered as well. I don't know if I mentioned that in the rundown. Yeah, he homered to make it 5-0. Turned on a pitch. The old Yelich right there. And can't get too excited. He went 2 for 5. Did what he's supposed to do. 2 for 5. Scored 2 runs, and that was good. Willie Adames went 2 for 3. William Contreras continues to hit. It's extended his hitting streak to 11 in a row. As he went 2 for 3, all 3 runs scored. He also had a couple of walks. Rowdy Tellez, 2 for 5. He's moved over the Mendoza line. Rowdy now batting .214. Brady Anderson got back on track. He broke that 0 for 18 skid on Thursday night. Went 2 for 5, .295. He's batting. Luke Voit, best offensive day yet with the Brewers. 3 for 5. Hustle around there in that first inning. Scored from first base on a play that, quite honestly, Soto in left field was lazy. And then you see Joey Weimer in an 11-1 game throw a dart into third base when probably he didn't need to, but he's playing hard to the end. Also, Trent Grisham, lazy, was late getting out of the batter's box on a blooper down the left field line and strolled into second base. Lazy. God, I mean, if that happened on our team, that happened to the Brewers, I'd be all over them right now. Mike Basso went 1 for 5. Owen Miller went 2 for 5. Weimer is below the Mendoza line. He's at 0 for 4. Walked. He's down to 195. But the pitching lines, gotta love this. Eric Lauer, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. That was a home run. Then Bryce Wilson, 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 Ks. Oh, Lauer also had 5 Ks on 94 pitches. Wilson in mop-up duty, 50 pitches. But we're talking Bryce Wilson, one of the worst pitchers in baseball last year. He comes in here, you pick it from the Pirates to suck up innings in games like this. You don't want Bryce Wilson in high leverage situations, but you take him in 11-1, in this case, an 11-2 final. So we're going to get to what's going on with Woody. Some news with Woody today that I wasn't too happy to see. But we'll talk about that coming up here in a little bit. The show is brought to you in part by Gametime. Gametime, buying tickets to Gametime has never been easier. If you want tickets, you want last-minute tickets, Gametime is the place to go. Last year, my kid wanted to go see the Blue Jays play. He's a big Bichette fan, Vlad fan as well. I know, doesn't make sense to me, but my 11-year-old was kind of a front runner. So we got seats 2 hours before the game, right in back of the dugout for like $10, giving them away. And we got them through Game Day. Game Day is the place to go. Just download the app and you're going to get all sorts of great deals. Snag your tickets, download the Gametime app, create an account, use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. But again, you want those last minute tickets as well. They are your place to go. Gametime is fantastic. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Ultimate Baseball. Ultimate Baseball GM. Just a fantastic game. You get a chance, download this game tonight and see how cool it is. You hire the right coaches and staff, manage team finances, scouting, drafting the right players, manage through difficult personalities and injuries, which is probably the toughest part about this, managing personalities in any workplace you are today, but especially a major league team. I just saw it's just a very, very cool game. And right now, Locked On Brewers listeners get 100% free boost to their franchise when using the promo code Locked On in the game store. So make sure you check it out. Download the game, visit probaseballgm.com, scan the code, look it up on the App Store as well. That's probaseballgm.com. Ultimate Baseball GM. Start your dynasty today. Hire the right coaches, manage team finances, navigate your franchise through free agency, the ups and downs of a preseason, of an entire season. Again, apologize feeling under the weather here in the last couple of days, but just trying to plow through it here on the Saturday Shorty. All right, Adrian Hauser did throw a couple of innings down at AAA Nashville. He's been on the injured list since March 29th with the groin strain. So he pitched it right down there, which is good news, which is going to lead us to our next story, because we may need Hauser sooner rather than later. Brandon Woodruff had an MRI done. They have shut him down. The words MRI and shut him down, those two words are bad words. Now, Craig Counsell did not say much after the game, but obviously the Brewers can't afford to lose Woody. You just hope that there's no tear in there. I mean, just for him personally, because he's soon going to be a free agent, you don't want to see him have anything in that elbow or that shoulder. And especially for the team's sake, that's a big loss for this team in this rotation. So hopefully we'll get some more news later on this weekend. But yeah, hearing the news that they've shut him down till they can further determine, the doctors, what their next steps are going to be. I don't like that at all. So that is, I don't think I'm overreacting on that either, but we'll see how that plays out. Jackson Couturier hit one home run tonight down in Biloxi, crushed one off the foul pole, and that was good to see. And Jackson Couturier continue to hang it up, hit those sliders down at AA. And I believe he turned on a fastball tonight right down the left field line. Had one of our listeners, one of our everydayers from New Orleans, said he was at the game, got a nice autograph from Jackson, got the lineup card as well. And I said, enjoy Jackson while you can down there at AA, because he is not long for AA. And who knows if he ever ends up here this year. But as you know, we got a crowded outfield situation with the Brewers. Although Joey Wiemer's got to turn it around offensively. He's in a pit offensively, but he's just going through one of those things rookies are going to go through. All right. Some of your comments. Cheese for Life says, great start, but terrifying thoughts when you hear an MRI on a star pitcher. That is exactly right, Cheese Life. COVID reply guy, very concerned about the Woodruff injury. I think a lot of you are. Just we were talking about this on Twitter tonight, and I just feel like I'm not overreacting, and a lot of you out there aren't. Craig did not have a lot to say, and maybe he's keeping some of that information to himself, and that's his every right. But, as I've explained, it's just no news is bad news in this situation. And hopefully there's not a tear in there. Marty says, is there a better way for us to listen to you? Spotify or you, man, like the spot, go YouTube, Spotify, whatever's more convenient to you. On Twitter, I lay it all out for you on every possible site to go through. A blowout game with Lauer going 6 innings is great. That says Greg. Greg says that tonight. Yes. Let's see here. I tweeted out there, feel that with Lauer on the hill, that early crooked number is always necessary for insurance. Colts Couch Crew says, need a shutdown inning here by Lauer after that top of the first. And yeah, they did have a shutdown inning. Don't let the Padres gain any sense of momentum. They never did. Those two pitchers never really let the Padres get any momentum tonight. And then they tacked on that run in the next inning on the. So it was all good. It was all good. They were win. And now they'll have Padres again around. Again, they've clinched at least a tie in this series, a split in this series at 2-2. I'm trying to find the pitchers. Here we go. Fastball Freddie, he's been great in his first 2 starts. Seth Lugo, who's also been pretty good in his first 2 starts of the year, makes the start for San Diego. And, they pretty much have contained Manny Machado in this series too. Manny Machado has, not really gotten off in this series. But how about Rowdy Tellez? A little bit of a slow start of the season, but he is turning on some pitches. Rowdy's got 5 home runs on the season, 7 RBIs in this series, this first 2 games against San Diego. And he's over the 200 batting average right now. All right, that's going to do it. Appreciate everybody listening to us late night or Saturday morning, right up to the 3 o'clock First pitch tomorrow, the Brewers in San Diego. Jeff was talking about the broadcast tonight that there was some rain out there, light rain. So that was kind of odd. But, nothing. I guarantee we're going to get these 4 games in San Diego. None of that's going to happen. But thanks for listening and making Locked On Brewers your first listen every day. Again, these weekend versions, we're going to keep them shorter because we know you got stuff to do, and we're on a run and all that on weekends, taking kids to hockey, soccer, baseball, lacrosse, whatever, doing your own thing in the yard. So here we go, about a 15-minute segment on Saturdays and Sundays on Locked On Brewers throughout Game 2 of the series. Come on, fastball, Freddie. Let's give him another one tomorrow. Let's take this series. We'll talk to you tomorrow. So, everybody, I'm Chuck Freeman. You've been listening to Locked On Brewers.